And hi guys, welcome back. Murray here, and we are back after a short break. I have just recorded the Army Group Center video, and now it's time for Army Group South. And I've noticed that the sound issue persists. I mean, my voice is much clearer to hear, but there is the irritating static in the background. And I'm sorry for that. I don't know how to fix it. I tried the different settings of my microphone. As you can see, there's also an icon remaining, and I haven't managed to fix it. So yeah, probably I will be buying a better microphone. That's always the answer, I think. I hope, maybe. Yeah, but until then, yeah, we will have to deal with the static, and bear with me. I'm really sorry. But anyways, yeah, the Army Group Center now. We are here. No, Army Group Center, Army Group South. I'm sorry, Army Group South. Let's deal with the pesky Russians that are troubling us in the south. There is a mountain division in the mountains, which is terrifying, because if you see a mountain divisions in the mountain, then you know it's gonna be really bad. And I had to engage with my regular infantry. Let's see if there's no chance, because it's actually over the river. There's no chance. But maybe our Hungarians will deal with it in the next turn, of course. Yeah, always in the next turn. But in this turn, we'll see what remains here of the of the Soviet pocket from turn 1. We have some Slovakians. Slovakians. Yeah. Let's see. Is hasty attack enough? It is. It is, my friends. Is another hasty attack enough? Not this time. Maybe this time. Yeah. From 26 to 45, and they only incremented by 2. So we have only one more division remaining. Use the robot attack, and it was a bad choice, because now I have no movement points to to chase them down. But I have a movement points to wreck this rifle division. And fortunately, I have also, I'll be sending the mountain brigades to the actual mountains to help with the last division, and this division is gonna help us dealing with the pesky Soviets. Will it be enough though? Will I chase them around? No need this time. This time the enemy is done for. So I can happily send my remaining Romanians to help out in this area. 16 defensive value. 16? That's impossible. Impossible. Well, 3 defensive value was actually too much for my unit. Oh god. And now they are in the forest. Okay. Now they will surrender. Good. Good job. Good job. Good job. And the last but not least will stand. The last, of course, beside this extremely powerful tank division. There's no chance. No chance. And finally, only one Soviet tank division remains in the rear areas of our army. Yeah, man, yeah. Some calf, let's bring up some calf. And bring up some rail. 1 hex. 2nd hex. 3rd hex. And 4th hex. No more movement, boys? I think I saw a 4 there. No, that's not. Bring up the airfields. Army Group South is boring because there is no more resistance left in the south, so we just move up. I should be probably I should be paying attention to the rail repair management, because besides, oh god, besides Jesus Christ, really. Okay. Yeah, you're done for. Besides the player-controlled units, there are also the not player-controlled units, like the small rail construction battalions assigned to the computer and managed by the computer, which is of course suboptimal. So we should be actively managing it. But you ask how, and how is that possible? They are managed by the computer. Yes, but they are directly assigned to the commands. So in the 6th Army, there are some construction battalions, for example, like this. 161st and 407th. These are actually the one working. These are outside the command, and inside there are 2 more. Probably next turn they will either stay on map or come back to this list, so they transform into off-map units. And how can we manage the situation like that? How can we manage the troops? Is it even possible? Yes, it's possible. You can attach the battalions, of course using admin points. You can attach the battalions to some commands, and from these commands the battalions will be sent to the closest damaged railroad. So probably there is a use to these RHG commands. You can stuff it with all the construction battalions we can, and put it in some hex somewhere that would be actually useful on useful targets for rail repair. Where do we put the security divisions? Maybe in Kiev? Let's go to Kiev. So you do it like this. You stuff one command with all those battalions. You put it on a well, semi-important railroad, and you will slowly repair it hex by hex. Why is this? It's gonna. It has only one. Second in here. Why it's in the rear? Oh, okay. Oh. Let's put it in the front. One in the rear. Yeah, but we'll be starting from the south. Yeah, I would say you can like semi manage the construction battalions. Now they just repair the closest hexes to the border, and we'll leave it like this. Maybe I will show you how to do this. Maybe later. I don't know. It's tedious work because you have to manually transfer all those battalions, the command, and place the command, and if at start it doesn't work, and so you have to accommodate and so on. Well, versus the AI is not important. Versus players, it's like semi-important. If you want like a tiny bit more optimized gameplay, do it. If you don't do it, basically. Yeah. Let's see how the situation looks in the. It might be important to make some like loops around your main railroad. So if your railroad gets cut by partisans, then the loop takes over the function. But the loops in the south are quite large, and with the automatic repair, it takes ages to complete one loop, and but it does something, maybe. Something. Yeah, the south. Romanians, the brave Romanians, please help me cleaning up the pockets. Clean up the pockets. Very good, very good. Well done, my friends, well done. We could go to Crimea, Crim, and we will probably go to Crimea. Sure, maybe with those forces. These ones, let's go and just push forward. Yeah, exactly. I forgot, of course, to fly some recon. Maybe there are some enemy troops around. There aren't. Fortunately, well, it's empty, but it's boring. Boring, boring, boring. We are of course aiming to cut off the divisions and regiments in Zaporożie, so we can execute them next turn. We have some fuel, not much. I can march forward with our horse-powered army. and the leg powered army. They will approach Stalino sooner or later. This corps can approach Poltava, where some Swedish army met their bane. And we just fan out and march in a wide formation to capture as much land as possible. We can gobble up some more Soviet formation as we go on the fly. Yeah, we gobble up the Soviets on the fly. Large pockets. But the pocket has been eliminated. Will it go out? Unfortunately, it surrenders. I thought I would need to chase it around. Maybe we have the core component. There's quite a potent division. Yeah, let's do the trick and go north a bit with this core. I shouldn't have moved this division up. Shouldn't have. And motorized regiment remains. But this regiment doesn't remain. Yeah. So my forces are spread out a bit. And if I say a bit, I mean by a lot. It's only one division? No, it's just 4. But where are they? Ah, okay, they are here in the north. So come north. Come north. You might be lazy and how do we do it? We need to we have the divisions here, so we secure the pocket. Secure the pocket. The mobile brigade can remain here. Somewhere here. Okay. And one core remains. Let's try to bump them. This is tempting, this is also tempting. If I go there, I bump a lot of HQs and air bases. If I go there, I bump one division, and I can try to move this one far. Let's do it. Let's do it. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Ah, I failed. From 16 to 78 combat value. It's impossible. It's insane. It's insane. It's actually insane. Okay. I need to move the motorized regiment up a bit so it gets in command range. There is a probably a fortified region, so I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid anymore. First I was afraid. I was petrified. Have some more Hungarians. The HQ can move only so far. Too bad. Some motorized brigades. I don't know where to go with them. We'll stay. I can stay behind somewhere in the south, maybe, because here it's closer to the railroads. Somewhere here, maybe. Let's push up the HQs. HQs here, HQs there, HQs everywhere. Talking for 1 hour straight or even more is quite tiring, and your throat starts to ache. I've probably done a build-up last turn with this core, because it has a lot of movement points, and if it has a lot of movement points, we drive as far as we can. We drive. I could even do this thing. Oh, there's a unit here. Interesting. There's an actual unit here. That's interesting. And it actually fights. It's a big rifle division. I will leave it. Go to hell. Go to hell. I ignore you. I ignore you. I am like a... I won't finish that sentence. But you know what I mean. I try to compare myself to a person that likes to ignore something when it's angry. And I won't say anymore. We grab a lot of fuel. And we are close to the outskirts of Stalino. Jeez, this thing here. This thing here. We have one more core. I will position it like this, so this unit gets encircled. I left the entrance into the Crimea, and I won't counterattack. And can we do the HQ buildup? I don't think so. No, we are too far from the railhead. No, but it's 2 because this one is. I could bring it back a bit. I could. Quick combat units and HQ build up. Go! Go with the flow. Okay. So that's this. These are probably all our combat units. I'm taking a look here. Here-ish. I have 33 admin points, and I'd like to ask one question. Take a look at the Commander's report. Army Group South. I don't know what. Army Group South. You click it. Now it's a filter. What things are subordinate to Army Group South? And here we search a Romanian army. For example, this army. This army here. I want to select it. So you don't click at you don't click at the name. You click at the location to select it. That's intuitive. And I would like to change it to Army Group Antonescu. 48 admin points. You can actually afford it, but there's one question. What's better, 3rd Romanian Army or 4th Romanian Army? I think 4th Romanian Army, because it has 26 units, like points of units underneath. The 3rd Romanian Army had only like 11. But it's the same admin cost. So let's do it. And now, the Army Group South, to clear all the filters. The Army Group South is overloaded. But by how much? Where is the... let's click it. Watch this. It's 126/96. But before it was like 150 or 160, something like this. So it's way better. And there's this idea of spending admin points to relieve the overloadedness of a army group. Okay, there's also the idea that this city, Rostov, has some small towns around it. I think these are 3 towns around it: Azov, Bataysk, and Manich. Maybe this one also, or this one. I think maybe this one. And if you capture the towns near Rostov that are over the river, I think it's Manich, Bataysk, and either Azov or Yegorlik. Then the Army Group South splits into 2, into Army Group A and Army Group B. Historically, it has been split in the 1942. It was a catastrophic decision by the German High Command that wanted to seize both, from Rostov, both Stalingrad and the Caucasus, basically Baku, and oil production. So the German High Command split its forces, sent half to Stalingrad, half south, and you know how it finished. They got wrecked at Stalingrad, and they didn't get Baku. But also the Soviets evacuated or burned every industry, or every oil plant available in the Caucasus. So the Germans haven't captured anything. Okay, so that was Army Group South. There's also this issue of flying fuel. We have here some Junkers, and we need to fly fuel. First, we can transfer the airbase here, so the fuel will go. So the fuel will go to the units that need it more, because this core have done the build-up, so it doesn't need fuel flown to it. You see, this hex is actually occupied by was occupied in the last turn, so the fuel delivery is exceptional. These hexes here are not, so I will continue to just drop fuel on this hex, because this way we don't lose the tonnage. I'll try to transport it to the Panzer Corps maybe. I don't know how it works. They changed it in some patches. They changed it from it being possible. I cannot fly anymore, I think. Yeah, 100%. They changed it from being possible to drop on the Panzer Corps, then you had to drop on the units actual, and then you could revert the change, something like this, and I don't know how the situation stands like this, because it's an old version 1.8.7, and in the new version I think it's changed, but I don't know from from what to what. I'm unsure. Have we transferred the I think no, I've just moved the airbase, yeah, I've just moved the airbase. I was wondering if I transferred the squadrons to the National Reserve and then back to the airfields, but no, I've just moved the airfields in some time ago. Air transport mode. Yeah, and let's try to first I need to put the airfield up. If I put it here, you can see that these hexes were occupied in the last turn as well. So maybe we could drop it with the higher efficiency. Let's see. Yeah, but I need probably, you know what I need to do? I will move the HQ up and the airbase also up. Now I will try to drop from this airbase. No, it still doesn't work. Why? I don't know. In this airbase it works. The other one, it doesn't. It's strange. Strange, isn't it? It has only 27% of mileage flown, so it should work. A bit too far, but from this base it wasn't too far. Let's see, is it possible to maybe I'm 5 hexes from the actual railhead, right? Come on, maybe I don't know. Let's put the airbase on the same hex as the other airbase with our transport planes. And now let's see. Now it works. Okay, so that hex is well, the magical hex. Now the efficiency is quite efficient. I could go here and resupply this division. 53 tons of cargo. Very well. Was it the last flight of the Concords? Does anyone know the comedy group Flight of the Concords? Yeah, it was the last flight of the Concords, I think. But it has, well, it's a Junkers, so no. Junkers 88. So, yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100% is all. Okay, so I think we're done. Only 5 command points remaining. With the command points, I think I could do something with here. I've put a lot of support units, this particular core, I think. Which core? I wanted to make a second, like, Sturm core. Was first core, I think. The first core, yeah. There is some artillery available already. Yeah, we can put maybe Stuck battalions inside and heavy naval warfare. Heavy naval warfare battalions assigned. Some Stuck battalion, K-38 gun, heavy naval warfare. Okay. And the 18th Army, can it receive anything special? No. Nothing special for you. Nothing special. It's a battalion, gun battalion. Okay. Yeah, something else. I think that's all for this turn, and I will end this turn to show you and to see myself how the situation develops. Hopefully we won't get massively punished in the Moscow area, but I'm afraid that we will. Let's come back with the airfield. Where is the airfield from the second Panzer group? There should be an air base. Okay. Is it here? Or is it here? No. Maybe it's in the south? I don't know. Where is the here is there. It's okay. Okay, so it can remain there. Okay, end of the turn. End of the line. Keep your fingers crossed that we actually survive the Moscow situation, the Moscow conundrum, and also in Leningrad the situation will be not dramatical. How will the counterattacks look? The Soviets got +1 attack value from at the beginning of the game, so they only need to attain 1-to-1 ratio when they fight, when they attack. So it makes them a little bit easier to counterattack, and we will see how it goes. Some recon. Interdiction. Something happens, yeah, it doesn't matter. They try to pull back, I think, from the front line to form a cohesive line. A bit more cohesive line. Right? Some more interdiction. They counterattack the Finns. Okay. Attack the Finns again. That doesn't bode well for the German forces. Because the counterattack hammer is upon us. And I have... oh god. Oh god. And I have divided my forces into the regiments, the divisions are divided into regiments, so they present no actual combat value. Oops. We cut off our motorized brigade and they counterattack. But now we hold. Very well. And in this location, no, we don't hold. Also. We got pushed forward. Oops. Oops. Here is not enough, fortunately. There were some cavalry divisions counterattacking. We have a unit that has 15 combat value. That's a lot. Yeah, we got hit a bit, but nothing tragic, at least for now. We'll see how the situation looks, and I will end the video. My throat is suffering quite considerably. It has suffered considerable losses this day, but we will fight in the future, no worries. Come on, show me the front. From the start of the game we have lost 120,000 men, but only only 40,000 kills. The Soviets have lost 1.7 million men. It's not crippling. It's not crippling. I can show you also the air losses. Only 152 on my side, 6,000 on the Soviet side, but I'm not fighting the air war at all. So yeah, I don't care about the air losses. How does the situation look? Have isolated some more divisions. Soviets have struck back on us in this location, but it's okay because all that interests us is this location around here mostly. Yeah, Moscow. Yeah, we didn't get cut off. That's a plus. We have little movement points, so we'll be staying put. And our infantry division got cut off in this location, the southern pincer. Okay. They pulled back here. They're trying to garrison Stalino. We have this one division cut off. It had 6 combat value last turn, but now it has only 1. Only 1 combat value. Yeah, okay. Thanks guys for watching. Thank you guys for all of your comments, and see you in the next video. Bye. Have a nice day.